Over the past 12 months, a government study conducted in 2018 concluded that 37.3% of 12th graders reported vaping within the past year. This number used to be at 27.8% in 2017 and continues to increase. This tremendous increase in teen vaping has led to a growing epidemic amongst today's youth. In order to combat this issue, San Francisco's Mayor London Breed, with the support of city officials, implemented Proposition E, which sets a complete ban on the sale of e-cigarettes in San Francisco. This angered many e-cigarette users, as they have been using e-cigarettes in an attempt to quit smoking or switch to a safer alternative. Proposition E leaves San Francisco's citizens battling the main issue of getting their hands on e-cigarettes while making sure they aren't used by underage kids. The idea marketed by e-cigarette companies regarding e-cigarettes to be a safe alternative to cigarettes may seem healthy, but it is leading to an epidemic amongst teen vaping, which is why Mayor London Breed's decision of implementing a complete ban on e-cigarettes in San Francisco is needed. Some citizens believe that even though e-cigarettes are causing increasing numbers of youth addicted to nicotine, placing a ban on them, like SF Mayor London Breed did, would only lead teens to obtain them through illegal methods or turn to the much more dangerous cigarettes. The addiction that teens have to nicotine will not just go away. Once they're addicted, teens will find any method to get their hands on e-cigarettes. Whichever method they choose to would be illegal, and the products they get might be tampered with or could be counterfeit, which could be much more dangerous. Teens might also turn to the classic cigarette, which is also much more dangerous than an e-cigarette. Removing e-cigarette suppliers could just lead teens to go through much more dangerous methods to obtain their nicotine. Despite that the ban can have unintended consequences, e-cigarette manufacturers are untrustworthy, as evidence proves that they have produced misleading ads targeting youth.
Is now accused of marketing to third graders.
Children as young as 8 years old were targeted by Juul online and through summer camps, according to a congressional investigation. The company spent more than $200,000 to sponsor so-called wellness camps.
I hope there was nothing that we did that made it appeal.
Their businesses are by addiction. Tobacco companies drive their sales by increasing addiction, and e-cigarette manufacturers, such as the infamous Juul Labs, are using that to their advantage by targeting society's most vulnerable citizens, the youth. Like the cigarette companies, they are in the business of getting people addicted to nicotine or keeping them addicted to it. Youth addiction is the heartstone of their business. By producing flavors named after famous kid snacks and candy, they are targeting the underage user. These flavors are persuading teens to just give e-cigarettes a try, and by producing a very addictive product, e-cigarette manufacturers cause teens to get hooked on their products just after that first try. E-cigarettes should not be trusted for the sale to the public, as their products are made to cause addiction. In addition, the long-term health effects of e-cigarettes are currently unknown, which is why Mayor London Breed made a great decision to ban the sale of these products, as they should not be available to the public until further research has been conducted regarding how they will affect the body in the long run. Research shows that nearly 200 e-cigarette users have recently developed lung disease, and that's just one of the first effects of vaping that has recently been discovered. Other health risks have still yet to be discovered, as what these products will do to users' bodies in the future is unpredictable. Just like society used to perceive cigarettes to be a normal and healthy thing until later in life when smokers developed lung cancer and died at younger ages, I believe e-cigarettes will do the same. What these products can do to our bodies in the future is unknown, so why should we let these products be available to the use of millions of people? E-cigarettes need to also be reviewed under the FDA before they are sold to the public, as their components are unknown, which is why a ban is needed to be implemented until these products become regulated by the FDA. E-cigarette manufacturers are hiding health information that could jeopardize their business, as they have continuously been pushing their FDA analysis back. San Francisco's Mayor London Breed states that it granted e-cigarette manufacturers until 2018 to submit their applications for pre-market review. Then in August 2017, the FDA announced, without any meaningful explanation, that it was extending the pre-market review application deadline another 4 years until August 2022. These products have been on the market since 2007, and not having FDA analysis is unacceptable. The deadlines have been continuously pushed back, leaving their safety measures as well as the chemicals that they contain to be unknown. With now having a deadline of August 22nd, e-cigarettes would be on the market for 15 years without FDA review. These products should not have even been available to the public in the first place. They should not have been sold to anyone until the product was reviewed by the FDA. Users should have the right to know what they are inhaling into their body. In addition to causing addiction, banning the sale of e-cigarettes is necessary, as research has proven that they can lead to significant damage to the developing brain of underage users. Nicotine changes the teen brain and affects attention, learning, and memory. It can worsen stressors already challenging in adolescence, impulsivity, learning difficulties, irritability, anxiety, and even mood swings. While their brains are still developing, nicotine will damage the learning and memory of teens. It will also rewire their brains and open their minds in order to make sure teens no longer get their hands on these deadly products. By banning the sale of e-cigarettes in San Francisco, the decision made by Mayor London Breed can serve as a model for the rest of the world and raise awareness to put a stop to the growing epidemic of youth addicted to nicotine. Many teens and uninformed parents are unaware of how vaping can damage lives. Teens continue to use e-cigarettes as they are unaware of the serious health risks that their body is undergoing. Once awareness is spread, teens will know to not try e-cigarettes and parents will be knowledgeable enough to stop it. Banning e-cigarettes can also influence other cities to implement similar prohibitions, as well as spreading news and awareness to the rest of the world. It can also serve as a wake-up call to many users, as it will aid in helping them to realize that the serious health risks that accompany vaping. A ban on the sale of e-cigarettes is needed until all measures have been taken against their sales to teens and they become available only to adult smokers as a safer alternative to aid in their journey of quitting. There is strong evidence that supports that vape products, when used regularly, can double the chances of someone quitting cigarettes completely compared to nicotine replacement therapy. E-cigarettes have proven to be very helpful in aiding adult cigarette smokers to quit smoking. The best method to combat the e-cigarette issue is a temporary ban until these products are approved to be safe for use by the FDA. Then they would be assured in being a safe alternative to helping adult smokers quit. In order to combat the increasing numbers of teen vaping, the FDA needs to continue making e-cigarettes less appealing to kids, as well as lowering nicotine levels. Doing so would prevent teens from even wanting to try vaping. To conclude, even though many users are relying on e-cigarettes to quit smoking, Proposition E is the best measure that can be currently taken in order to combat teen vaping. The numbers of teens beginning to vape and getting addicted to it are skyrocketing daily. Since e-cigarettes are still relatively new, no one knows the damage that they can cause to the health of our youth in the long run. Just like how cigarettes used to be perceived as a healthy and socially acceptable thing, they turned out to cause cancer and death in the future. E-cigarettes have the potential to do the same, as their health risks are unknown. That is why a ban on e-cigarettes needs to be placed until further research is conducted regarding their long-term health effects. In addition, Proposition E is serving as a model to raise awareness to the rest of the world to combat this growing teen epidemic. Letting adult smokers vape is not worth jeopardizing the health of our youth population.